Morning. New simulator. Just let it play its trailer through. Welcome to the stream, folks. Hello, Lexic Dark. Hello, Luca. Hello, Lake County Rails. Hello, Northern Illinois Train Spotting, who's obsessed with tunnels. Someone had to say it. Well, we've got a new train simulator. Kinda. It's not out yet. It's out for a limited playtest, and you can sign up for it on Steam, and if they let you in, they let you in. If they don't let you in, they don't let you in. There don't seem to be any limits, though, so if you want to play it, go for it. It's based on the Unity engine. Right now in the playtest, there is, let's count them, one thing enabled, multiplayer. And, because it's multiplayer, you have to connect to a server. Let's get our little server list happening here. Hello, Ratifus. How are you? Now, I'm finding it remarkably funny that the people who... what's the best way to put this? The people who hate Dovetail games have been crowing about this simulator and saying how good it is. Ooh, the Australian server's up. Excellent. Actually, look at this. Look. The European servers have got a better ping. Anyway, we'll go with the Australian one, because we might find some Aussies. Maybe. And you get a choice between driver, and there's a few trains to choose from, and a traffic dispatcher. But anyway, where I was up to is that the guys that hate Dovetail have been crowing about how good the simulator is. But if you jump onto the forum for this simulator, you'll find those same people are on there complaining about this one, which is pretty funny. Let's start off as a dispatcher and see how badly I can screw it up. I'm not actually... I don't think the high-speed train's unlocked yet, sadly. It does have high-speed games, but I don't think it's unlocked in this version. Where are we going to go? They're all boring stations. I want a station with actual platforms. Well, that one's got platforms. Let's go with that one. Now, we won't play Dispatcher for very long because I've done Signalman in real life, aka Dispatcher, in this game. And I have to say, the game remarkably well captures the boredom of being a signaller. You get a few moments of hectic activity and nothing. A few moments of hectic activity, nothing. A few moments of hectic activity, nothing. And the game captures that perfectly. You think the graphics look like Transport Fever 2? That's interesting. Is that based on Unity as well? There goes a train. We are in a signal box. How about that? Why don't we... Actually, you know what I do need to do? Because I can never remember what the hell they are. Let me just go to the controls. And I just want to do... That'll do. I just want to screen capture these controls so I can put them on my screen and just put them over here. Now, I'm not going to talk to anyone today because that wouldn't really be fair. So, because they wouldn't know they're on a stream. So in a signal box, you get a couple of screens and a phone. We'll have a look at the couple of screens and a phone later. You get all sorts of things that aren't interactive, like windows. You can't open them. Can't use the water cooler. Can't turn the stereo on. Can't even use the first aid kits. If you hurt yourself, you're just stuffed. But you can exit the building. Now, the game's full of these little menus and things. So everything you do has a sub-menu, which I kind of don't like, to be honest. Gates are down. Nothing coming, though. That's okay. There is a train in a station. Should I go let it out, do you think? They might have a real driver. I probably should do that. Most of the traffic that you find is AI drivers, especially at this time on a Sunday morning. In Australia, I'm tipping I'm the only one playing. Things you can activate, you see them highlight like that. All right, let's go have a look in here. When are you due out? So that's probably this train, because what, it's 8:38, so it's probably... Is it that one? Or is it that one? There's no trains due out now. So what's it doing here? Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's here early. That's possible. In which case he's not supposed to leave till 8:41, so we'll hold him anyway. That's fine. So you pop into this screen and it goes full screen on you and you have a look at it. And then you jump into the other screen. Now this tells me that there is a train in the platform, but we know that. And he has actually got a green signal to go out, so... Oh, we've got a train up there too. Okay, let's bring you right through, and then that one, and go train route, execute. Rejected! Wow. Alright, let's just bring you into there then. Will you let me do that? Yeah, you let me do that. And that one should go out by itself, I think. I don't think I can actually set a route out that way. So that train's not actually waiting for me, it's just doing its thing. That's okay. Well, let's just go on that way. No, this one's going this way. And that one's going that way. So that is the one sitting in the platform. So we've got something else coming in theory, 42164. So let's jump out of here and jump back into here. And it's 42164, which isn't even on my bloody list. 2164. Ah, it's not even on my list. Okay then. Clearly, it's someone off for a joyride. Although it says they're both bots, so neither of them's a real player. So we're not messing with anyone's head right now, so that's fine. Oh, what's chat saying? Stream is boring, is it? Oh, well, that's nice for you. I think, my friend, you can go jump. See you later, Prince, whatever your name is. All right, let's try and get him set up to go out. I don't know why we couldn't do it before. It's rejected. I'm not allowed to let him out. That's interesting. But anyway, there are some bugs, so that's okay. So I would suggest this is a game that's getting there. If you look on the forum, there's a lot of dispatcher bugs, especially in the last release. So the only other thing we could show you in here is you can actually dial people up and you can contact the signal boxes before and after you. Now, the one before me, that one, because it's white, it means there's a human there. And the blue one, as you can see, it's an AI. I'm not going to call the person because I don't want to put someone on stream without warning them first. So I won't do that to them. It's just a little bit mean. Well, Mr. Illinois Train Spotting, you probably won't win the Runaway Elf. That's next week anyway. It's Christmas Day for me. But anyway, let's go and run a train. Now, hopefully an AI will pick up this box. Bernard the Wonder Badger. The pink vertical line is level crossing. You need to open that before you can set the route. Ah, cool. Thank you, Bernard the Wonder Badger. Good knowledge to have. But let's jump back in here. And let's pick a server. We're going to drive a train this time. Curious how you actually pick that up, Bernard the Wonder Badger, because there's not a lot of instruction for it. Next. Driver. Now, I've driven the electric thing, the passenger thing. I haven't driven any of the others. So let's get adventurous then. So I've driven this one. And I haven't driven one of these yet, so we might try and figure that out. That's another one of those. Just see what's in here. And that's all there is. Alright, let's run this one. Let's try and... Actually, I'll run the electric one first, just because I know how it works. Now, this is 25 minutes. That's fine. So it runs from Katowice to Wazawa? Washodia? I don't know. I can't speak Polish. So, we shall drive this one first because I've driven this one. Doesn't mean I won't mess it up though. And I haven't driven any of the others. Oh, look at that. Fun facts. Yes, trains have tyres. How about that? Who knew? Ooh, that's very loud. How did we get into a train that's driving? It's never happened before. And it's driving itself, so let's just let it continue driving itself till it's in the station. We've popped in on autopilot. I think this is, there's one of the high-speed trains that you can't drive yet. I kind of like the way the trains are running by the AI until players get into them. It's a good way to make multiplayer actually work. And you can just sit here and watch if you want to. You don't actually have to drive the train. But I'll let it stop. And then we'll take it over. Alright, so we need to open the doors. I'll open the other doors. That one. Release, which I don't want. I want a little bit of brake force. That one's fine. What are you in? You're in maintain, that's fine. It's, camera angles are a bit all over the shop. They're not consistent with any other game that I've seen. One thing I do like is the mirrors work. There's lots more camera angles. They're everywhere. I think it's 8, but not all of them work. And you
Hi, Fred.
talk to people how to do it, in fact. So that's fine. We ready to go yet? Probably. It's hard to tell, really. Let's close the doors. No idea who Fred is. Release the brakes. You can use keys for this as well. Go away. Move. And away we go. Why am I going backwards? Why am I going backwards? Stop. Stop, 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 stop. How did I end up going backwards then? That's a bit weird. Anyway. Probably something I did. No doubts. Is it better than TSW3? I'd say it was different. That's where I'd go at the moment. I'd just say it was different to TSW3. Going too fast. Being naughty. Doesn't actually like you being naughty, you know that? Gets upset with you. I'm allowed to go that fast until I reach the 100 zone, I suppose. And I'm coming into a station anyway, so I do need to start slowing down. How are you finding it, Burn the Wonder Badger? I'm guessing that you play it. I can stop now, can I? Fair enough. Alright, stop train. When you're ready. Its physics is, I'll open the left, that one. Its physics is a bit balked. Let's just say that. So, bit interesting. It tries to be good. I think its acceleration's not bad, but its braking physics is a bit weird, because even at really low speeds, you need to put an awful lot of pressure into the brake pipe for it to actually stop. And I'm a minute late now. Let's go and close some doors. Let's get our brakes off. Brakes got better in the last update, I have to say. Didn't let me actually go yet. No, yeah, clearly not. Just after I said brakes got better. Let's release brake. Come on, you can do it. Just let go. Let go. There we go. Hello, Richard. Hello, David. I think its acceleration physics isn't awful. Let me get on the handle. I hope that red signal's not mine. I think it is. No, mine's green. It's alright. It's alright. Relax. We're all good. Ah, thank you, Cat. Just say physics isn't too awful more often. Cat just bought me a coffee. Faster now. I've got 3.5 k's from the station. Yeah, I suspect it'll be better. I mean, it's been improving update by update. I know I said I wasn't actually going to play it before the stream, but there we go. And it's I got sort of advised to play it before I tried to stream it, which I think is a very good idea, because it has taken a bit of getting used to be honest. We have a red signal coming up. And 600 meters. Stop braking now, honest. You're going to be okay. You're going to stop. It's all good. Oh, it's gone green anyway. We're 1.8 k's to our next station. Power up again. I think the multiplayer could make it a bit of fun. Oh, did I? Nah, it's alright. I didn't acknowledge that quick enough, but I've gotten away with it. It's a signalling system. I guess it's like PZB. I can't say I really understand it. Especially signals with blue lights. We're a kilometre out now. At the next station, we'll have the first quiz question. I'm not going to try it when I'm driving this beast. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different to the other simulators that are available, grab it and give it a go. You can always get by. Glad you work. I'm not really Let's just see what happens now. Okay, back to normal. It's SimRail. Oh dear. Let's see if the stream actually works better now. Let's see if it catches up. Hello, Crazy Dash. Glad to hear that you're getting better. Well, that actually is looking a little bit better. I'm not frozen on the stream anymore. Okay, so it's SimRail. SimRail eats streams, it seems. Let's try again. Let's just see what it does. Let's see what happens this time. So far my mic's still working. Oh, actually, let me have a look. No, it's taking the webcam, so that's fine. Oh, that's fine. It should be able to take that webcam. It doesn't matter. I don't use that one. That should be fine. Let me drop the graphics settings. See what that does. Alright, let's see what happens now. I was wondering if it was just taking over the stream mic, but no. Let's get rid of some upscaling as well. That might help a bit. No, I want to apply the changes. Now I want to go back. I just told you to apply the changes. Let's see what it does. This could go well. This could be the shortest stream in history. Or I'll just play something else. No point searching yet. They haven't got anything. Let's try a different server as well, just in case that was something to do with it. Let's jump into... We're only going to run driving anyway, so let's jump into that one. Run... That wasn't a train. No, this has got different trains. I want to drive the one I know first, because I want to see if that made a difference. Does this one not have? Right. I think we're going to be learning a new train, folks. It does still say that you... It's popped back up and says YouTube's not getting enough video. So, hello, Antcraft. I actually do think it's the game causing this. I did say expect mayhem, and we're getting it. Because I haven't learnt to drive this train, I think I'll just leave it on auto and we'll just sit here and chat. And I did certainly say to expect mayhem. It's a little green one. And an IC service on the back. Look how the loco wobbles around and the train doesn't. That's weird. But you could see sick watching that, wouldn't you? Let's not watch that anymore. Why wouldn't the train wobble around as well? Oh, it kind of is at this angle. Wow, it must be really bad track. So how's it going now? YouTube's complaining again. And no, mic's still working. I've seen other people streaming SimRail. There's no one at the controls. There's no one driving this train, clearly. Oh well. While we're waiting to see if it explodes again. Actually, you know what I should do? Let me have a look at performance widget. We'll see what's happening on the computer. Yeah, it's eating more and more memory while I'm watching. It's gone from when I opened the performance widget, it's gone from 10 gig to 11.5 gig. So it's probably not going to last long, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. It still says YouTube's not getting enough video, and it does show me, yeah, I am dropping frames as well. Thanks, David. Always helpful. I think I'll just let it drive for now, since I haven't tried to drive this one, and we can chat. It is kind of a runaway train, but we're in it now, so it's all right. I can kind of learn how to drive it by watching what it does, I guess. It's an old Hastel speed recorder. How about that? That's a nice thing, I guess, to have branded equipment. YouTube is still complaining about the amount of video I'm pushing out, which isn't good. And it seems to be fairly stable. It got up to 11.5 gig the game was consuming. It seems to have stopped there this time. So maybe something to do with the other train. I don't know. My mic's still working, so that's positive. That had actually stopped before. It's a good thing about USB mics. Hopefully you're feeling better, Crazy Dash. Just watch the other train come past. Guess that worked. We cruise through the miscellaneous forest. You drive too fast. I'm not driving! It's not my fault. It's going to take away my points, isn't it? This is just going to cruise along for 25 kilometres, isn't it? Clearly. David Park says this one is similar to the 110, but also really different. If you want to go from notch 1 to 23 as fast as you can without overloading the system. NJT says the graphics look like TSW3. I think it's probably about halfway between TSW3 and TSC, to be honest. So it does look a little cartoony. Maybe like the early TSW3 content, but the later stuff doesn't look like this. But they're only just beginning their journey, so plenty of room to move, assuming Unity can actually do it. Yeah, if my cab was swaying this much and I'm on concrete tyres, I'd really worry about how well the track was built. You finally finished your first semester, Crazy Dash. Well done. David says most of the time when he takes over or slows down or whatever, the power wheel doesn't apply power for some reason. Yes. That doesn't surprise me that much. But that's okay. We seem to be going alright now. YouTube's now gone back to saying I have an excellent connection, so... don't know. Stopping the game and starting it again seems to have helped. Yeah, I think I agree, Richard, that TSW3 has the upper hand on the graphics. What I do appreciate in here, though, is everything's actually in focus. Now, the fact it's in Polish doesn't help, but you can read all of the gauges a little bit better than you can in TSW3. That I like. It's all interesting. At least I remembered to turn off my ambassador thing. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? As we cruise along. NJT says, hopefully this will come to console and finally break the monopoly. Isn't there another train simulator on console? I think there was. David has issues when he reapplies power from a stop and stuff. Yeah, I've found it takes a really long time before it lets you power again. It's like 10, 15 seconds or something like that. I don't know why, but that's what it was doing in the other one. And it is meant to be coming to consoles, agreed David there. But anyway, let's get on with the quiz while this is still working. What country is SimRail set in for 10 points? Who's going to get the first points of the SimRail quiz? Look, train. High speed. It's not the true high speed one though. That's got a big pointy nose. Well, memory's going up again. We're up to 13.5 now. Yeah, I think it's got a memory leak. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. When it grows, I'll just have to kill it and start it again, I guess. That's okay. So NJT says for realism, DTG is the only one on console with a good train sim. Yeah, I haven't played any other train sims on console. I've actually got TSW3 on console now. We have a PS4 that hasn't been used. And who got the points? David Park, 10 points for Poland. Nice start, David. Yeah, I actually asked for a TSW3 key for compressor for the spare PS4 that we had. Because my infinitely rich son bought himself a PS5. So the PS4 went begging and just sat in the cupboard for ages. So I've snuffed it. And I've been doing a bit of console playing just so I can know what it's like on the lower end consoles. Is there a flyby camera? 3, 4. 4 districts around the views. We're inside. Yeah, can't open... Well, there's something that's gone in common with Train Sim World. You can't open the toilet. Clearly. We're in a corridor. Can't move around in here, though. You can only look. So it's a... How is TSW3 on Gen 8? It's a bit shit. Nah, it's not too bad. Slow down, you drive too fast. I do reiterate, I am not driving it this time. I know we're on the outside of the toilet. Yeah, that bogey movement looks nice. That's quite realistic. There's something that's better than TSW3. Because its bogey movement's almost 0. Back in here again. Oh, back at the unopenable toilet. The carriage is equipped with the closed WC system. Use of the WC is unlimited. It's forbidden to throw hard objects into the WC, such as bottles, cans, or toiletries. So use is unlimited, but it's a closed system, so it's got a tank. So it's not unlimited then. Clearly. Justice for toilets. Yes, Antcraft. We need toilets on our trains. We had a little rant going about toilets on trains for the ambassadors, but we got told. Oh, well, there's a view. That must be the back of the train. Can I look up? Can I do anything? Can I move? No. Oh, it must be a coupling view. That makes sense, I guess. Can't move this view either. We've got our wobbly train again. Bernard the Wonder Badger says it's clearly not a real sim until you can take a virtual dump. I agree. I agree. It's a certain skill level into urinating on a train. Yeah, it does take skill. Or you just get up and sit down, one or the other. So in the playtest for this game, there are 2 roles for 20 points. Who can name both of them? You need both to get points. It's alright, Crazy Dash, I'll let you comment through. I don't know why it moderated that one, to be honest. So far... yeah, memory's still going up. Just gradually creeping up. So it's definitely got a memory leak. Balance and control. And hoping you don't go through a set of points. Another train. Let's go and watch it. What's this one? I think it's one of these locos. It is. I reckon he's going faster than me. Dispatch and driver. David Parker and Bernard de Wonder Badger. Ooh, so close. I'm tipping I'll just give you both points because your 2 chat messages turned up on top of each other. So I'll just give you both the points. Look, what are we doing back here? How's their water? I wish I could actually get down there and have a look. It is reflective, I'll give it that. Water's a big weakness in the train sim franchise. Which is sad, because the Unreal Engine can do excellent water. Their later stuff's getting better. This really is a wobbly old train, isn't it? Looks quite old too. For bonus points, who can tell me how old this locomotive is? There you go, EPO 7-135. Someone can Google that, if it's a real one. I assume it is. I like the coloration on the headlights. It's fairly nice for a tungsten light. You can play with these things. Yeah, screw the coupler. Fair enough. Actually, I suppose you have to be able to play with the couplers, don't you? Yes, the loco is drunk. I think so. The E186 is the faster one, isn't it? No, I've already played with that electric one. That DMU. EP07-135 in JT. It has that same issue that TSW does. When you start running into the landscape, bad things happen to your cameras. I'm sad that it doesn't seem to have a flyby camera. I'll Google it and find out, I'm curious. There's a question. Did DTG bring a game with a scissor pantograph into the game just so they wouldn't miss out? Let's check out the pantograph. How good is it tracking? Through the cables. Oh, there's a double cable for the power lines. Actually tracking fairly well. It's mostly meeting the wires. angle, see if we can see it better. You know, it's not bad. I don't mind that. Whoop, it went up through the wires there and back down again. There must be areas of the wires that don't have collision on them or something like that. Oh, there it goes, up and down again. That's a bit weird. It does well for a while. Memory-wise, we're now up to 14.7 gig on the game. So the game itself is now using half my memory. And all the other stuff I'm running is using a quarter of it. So I'll probably have to start it again soon. NJT says, oh, we've got answers from lots of people. So Richard Lawblister says 1964 is when they were introduced. Antcraft says that EU07 was built between 1965 and 1994 and rebuilt into the EP07 during 1995-2003. So they're basically an Eastern Bloc locomotive and they've been rebuilt. Fair enough. And David says it's the freight one is basically a TSW Trax 186, but as usual have had trouble moving it. We might have a crack at that one next, because we're not looking at the memory wise. We're up to 15 gig now, but it's growing quite quick. So I'm probably reaching the point where I'm going to have to kill it soon. The CPU utilization's going up too. And the threads... yeah, threads is going up as well. A lot. Threads is what's going to kill it. Just looking at my performance graph. I think it's a process leak rather than a memory leak. So that it's causing a memory leak, but it's going up at about 3 threads per second. Yeah. Up, 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 up. Oh, it went down by 10. Up, up, up. Yeah, it's definitely got a leak. Who answered quick first anyway? Richard Lawbrister. But Richard gets the points because he was first. And... I liked all the extra detail. Richard says the first locomotive with service number EU07001 was rolled out in December 1964 and accepted for service tests in April 1965. And Lexic Dark says the suspension looks like it's undamped. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, the suspension and the cab are moving separately, but yeah, that looks like there's no shock absorbers. Because it's just going wobble, 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 wobble. We have that problem with train simulators, don't we? Blurry wheels. What do you do when you can't make something go round and round in a simulator? You make it blurry. They're almost invisible at times. Bread count's going a little bit crazy. Oh no, it's just on a garbage collect. It just dropped by 300. We'll keep it going for a little while. See how we go. And Bernard says EP07135, the specific one, was built in 1970. Richard says until the end of 1966, only 4 EO07s were accepted and 16 followed in 67. Large-scale production started the next year. There we go. So I think Richard gets some points for extra detail, and we give Bernard some points for getting the actual loco. Yeah, it could be realism for lack of maintenance on an old train. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get my standard bridge pawn shots, am I? Because there's no flyby camera. Not that I found, anyway. No collision on that bridge, clearly. It's a very consistent noise it makes too, isn't it? What can we do in the cab? Can we open windows? No. And, what can we play with? Can't play with that handle. Wish I could get out of the chair and have a look in there. Can I turn it off? No. No. Can't play with things in the cab. Tracks are separated here. I saw headlights and think, there's only one track. What's going on? There goes the freight version. We'll have a go at that next. We'll try and actually drive that one since it's one that I'm familiar with from that other game. Bernard the Wonder Wedge says, turn motion blur off, thinks it fixes the blurry wheels. Let's give it a crack. Why not? Motion blur, motion blur, motion. Motion blur. Honk. Apply. Back. Ah, it does. Mostly. Still a little bit of something going on there, but yeah, heaps better. Thank you. Nice work, my friend. Richard says the efforts to design and build electric locos for passenger and express trains in Poland after World War II were not entirely successful. EPO2, which was a derivative of a pre-war EL100 of British origin. Yeah, pre-World War II, the Brits were pushing their locos out everywhere. They're actually very popular machines. Bouncing going on there. Red's still climbing. We're up to 16.5 gig on the memory now. How are you supposed to read a sign that's behind a concrete post? Must is clever. Bit too clever. So, continuing the quiz, there are two features that set SimRail apart from Train Sim World. Actually, I think there's three. But one of the ones I'm not looking for... we're going to see it stop for a red signal now. One of the things I'm not looking for is that you can't get out of the train. So, not that feature. It is actually stopping. Well, it's trying to anyway. It's gone full fang on the brakes. Whoop! It's gone emergency brakes. Actually, I think it released them. I thought this was brake pipe and it had dropped to zero, which I thought it had gone emergency brakes, but no, it just released the brakes. That must be brake cylinder pressure. Ooh, it's starting to stutter again. Dispatch mode and multiplayer, very good. Oh, and editor. Alright, I'll give you both points. Trains we were driving before. How's the memory looking? Oh, we're up to 20.8 gig on the game. It had a 5 gig jump. Wow. It happened when it started braking. We are arriving 5 minutes early. Nice driving, AI. I think both of them have driverless locos. Not intentional in TSW, but it does happen. Is it going to be able to stop for the signal? It does appear to have the brakes on if that gauges what I think it is. Well, there we go. I think we should probably go and try a freight locomotive. What do people think? Do another quiz question before we go off and drive a freight. Let's see what this does in the station. Do the doors open? Yes, they do. Closing. Passengers don't get in. He's standing in the platform, isn't he? They have this weird stance in SimRail. I don't think Polish people are really like that. Is this run actually finished? Is this as far as it goes? Yeah, it would be, isn't it? You know, a friend of mine who's Malaysian would love this thing. Lazy La. He puts La on the end of everything. Hello, Stefan. New face. Editor isn't coming at release though, so hopefully it doesn't end up like the TSW editor. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. I think we might leave this thing sitting here. We might have a go at trying to drive a freight, but I'm going to stop the game again because memory usage has gone mental. So let's just come out of the game and we'll start it again and we'll have a go at driving a freight. So for 10 points, there goes memory usage goes woo as we stop. So it's definitely this game that's doing it. If you use view 3, you can use WASD to walk around. Ah, well, try that. Made with Unity. So let it play. And no, I know I didn't have to sit through all that. I just kind of like it. Freight this time. Let's give it a crack. Let's see what we can do. Let's wait for our regions to load up. It amuses me, and I love the way the internet works, that a server in Poland has got a lower ping than a server in Australia. I love that. That's just cool. In fact, our Australian server appears to have disappeared again. Oh, there he is. It's back. Let's jump on the Australian server. Driver. I think the servers, I have a faint suspicion. So this is PKP Cargo, but that's the same loco we drove, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Or didn't drive, as the case may be. Come on. Don't I have one? I want one of the other ones. Ah, there we go. Let's give that a crack. That's what we want. Stefan says, SimRail have said loco creation tools will come first, followed by a root editor, or maybe both at once. Personally, I don't expect to see the full suite of editors for like 12 months, as the devs still have a lot of work on the core sim to do. Yeah. And Richard says, the startup graphics vid looks better than the actual in-game graphics. That's kind of normal for games, though. And Lexic Dark says, it's dramatic intro music for a training game. Are there armed insurgents on board? Snakes, perhaps? Well, I was reading, and it's not snakes. Let me just say that now. This does look very familiar, doesn't it? Red lights, I can't go anywhere. Is it rolling? I am, really slowly. I should be maintaining the brake force. Let me give it some more brakes. Just to stop me rolling. This handle. Can't move that handle. Oh, yes I haven't. I haven't taken over yet. Right, now let's increase the brake force. There we go. Now we're not going to roll anywhere. Maintain brake force. Brake release though. Wipers. Windscreen heating. Put you in 0 because we've got the air brakes on. Cruise control! Yay! We have AFB. need to wait to you. Hello? Oh, sorry. Yeah, one. So, one of those boy Falco stop shooting. Some funnies going on. Mary's on. Mary's on. Memory got full again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Come on, SimRail, you can stop. Is it leaving processes behind? I've got 32 gig now, Stefan. You shouldn't need more RAM to play a trade sim. I did drop the graphics before. I can try and set it again, though. I don't really want to go for the lowest graphics. Let's go for medium and see what that does. Let's turn off... Is that turned off, DLS? Yep. Alright, let's try that. Let's see if it makes any difference. It doesn't worry me that stuff like this is actually... You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to choose the Australian server this time too. Let's try this one. That's a nice fast ping. Why are the ping times suddenly so much faster? TLE? No? 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 Where is it? There it is. Play. Let's see what it does this time. The memory did drop when I ran that then. Stefan says you always need more RAM. Substance Painter and the KB certainly say so. And Antcraft says the game definitely needs more optimization and fixing. And Richard says the game definitely has issues. Yeah, we're driving this time. Or it is. I still like engine, but that's okay. Let's take over. We have to stop soon, so I won't. What are we set up for? No brakes applied. It's in the driving position. I've got 1.5 k's to a grid signal. Cruise control is disabled. Alright, we'll just keep rolling like this for the moment. Because we know way down there somewhere, there's a red signal. Oh, that's what that means. 3 key, you try and get out, and you can't. How close am I to this thing? Ages. We'll just sit here at 43 kilometres now. See how good the brakes are? Probably. You don't want to find out the brakes are rubbish by surprise, do you? a little while before the signal. More power. Power off. I probably just want to maintain power, don't I? At 0. Look, the signal's gone green. Let's go. Now, cruise control. Increase cruise control. How do I see it? Oh, it's a little dot there. Let's just set it for 100. And back. Give it the beans. Yep, wheels slip. Back. Talks. And it's stopping me, isn't it? Nope. I think I didn't press a button in time. I'll catch up the chat in a moment. Wait until it lets me do it. Release the brakes. Will it let me go? No. I have to wait out a penalty. Oh, no, there we go. I was thinking I'd have to wait out a penalty, but maybe not. How's the memory going? 11.2 gig and climbing. And threads are going through the roof again. Wow, you have to press that button a lot in this one. At least it's not stopping me this time. Off we go to Lazy La. I'm going to drive through here now. Sounds alright. It's not wobbling around like the old loco, so that wobbling thing's not endemic to the game. They're fairly cool. Well, let's do 120. Let's go. And it applies full power to get to cruise. Doesn't simulate wheel slip, clearly. Uh-oh, red signal. Red signal! Go that way. No. I think I just ran through a red signal. No, I stopped. How did that happen? How did that happen? Is that what it does when you're going to run through a red signal? It just goes, ugh, and ends. Alright, let's catch up with the chat. Let's start to... Whoops, I'm rolling backwards. Let's put on some braking. Alright. While we wait for this signal to go green, that we almost... Whoa. I don't think it is going to go green, because look up there. There's a train. Alright, we're banked up somewhere. But anyway... Nitz is uploading a video, good on you. Crazy Dash, you probably turn the game volume down a bit. There you go. Is that better? Crazy Dash's day's been okay. My day's been good, David. Thank you. Crazy Dash said this sounds like an ALP 46A. And Richard asks, is that Cipher in Polish? And it's like, I don't know. I think that was the signalling one. It's a bit like PZB. And David says it's got the iconic slurping sound, which the TSW equivalent doesn't have. And David says it doesn't penalise you for running a red signal, you just teleport behind it. Fair enough. Well, we have to wait for that to get out of the way. Well, we're not going anywhere. Is there a signaller running here? I think it's just because we're early, so we're probably going to sit here for 3 minutes. So, back to the quiz then. And I kind of half-asked this question. How does pole rail, and there's 25 points for each answer, how does pole rail suggest that you guard against pickpockets? And I have to find these answers are hilarious given they're on an official rail website. Epic the 112 says a message to Crazy Dash. The DBBR 185.2, MRCE 185.5, but not the OBB Brawley 1116 and 1016, which are the DBBR 182 Austrian cousins. To have the 182 run on SimRail Turf, SimRail will need the EU44 ES64U for DTG OBB 126. And Richard says, can you contact the signaller? I actually think you can. Press the buttons. And if you're lucky, they'll talk to you. Richard says, David, sorry, says, tape your pockets together. One of their answers is probably a fairly typical answer for, let's go for a walk until it goes green. One of the answers is a fairly tame one, and the other answer is not something I would expect from a official source. But it is from an official source. You realise we're going to the forest. It's going to cross all the tracks. See, there's something it's got in common with Train Sim World. Empty yards. Hey, is that the train we're waiting for? No, the signal's still red. We'll keep wandering till the signal's not red anymore. Let's see how far we can go. Forest Road. Who else is expecting an axe murderer? Look at all these little Christmas trees everywhere. You are leaving the playable area. Stop! So it's got invisible walls. Bernard the Wonder Badger says, don't hang stuff in the back of a chair. Don't leave anything in the back of a pushchair. Don't place your belongings out of sight on the floor. That is some of the advice, but it's not actually the ones I'm looking for. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you the passive points on that one, because it's as good as the other passive answer. Let's go look at the digger. Antcraft says money belt or neck pouch. Yes, that's another one. So I'll give you both some points for that. Why not? And that's... But there's another answer I'm thinking that's really funny. Here's something it's got in common. Diggers that don't do anything. Oh, it's got collision on it. How fun would it be if you could get in it and drive it? That's what train games need. Oh, there's something else that's got in common. Look at that. Go back into the shadow. It's got shit eye adaptation. That's what it's got in common. Who said that? I didn't say that. Ah, Richard, you've got half the answer there. Richard says, when moving through stations or boarding trains, always keep one arm free. Don't get weighted down with baggage. Why should you keep one arm free, Richard? This was buried in one of their pages, but what do you need that arm for? If no one figures it out, I'll give Richard the points, because that is the half the answer. Epic the 112 says to Crazy Dash, that should work on the Harlem line and the reworked LIRR with a Joe timetable, because trains on PTC will bunch up behind a red signal. Oh, that's right. Crazy Dash said there was a red signal comment. I didn't read it out. If TSW was to fix the red signal issue, I'd think they'd add a rewind system so you could correct your mistake. Like maybe you get spawned 3 minutes before you went through the red signal. That's a bit clunky, isn't it? Do you know, when you're not driving, my memory usage isn't really going up. It's just sitting on 11 gigs, so it's something to do with driving that causes it. Can you open the doors? No? You just press the button to get back in there. Come on, let me drive. Of course I'd be on the wrong side of the train. It's something else that's got in common with TSW. It's always on the wrong bloody side of the train when you open the camera. So, I wonder if is that the train I was driving before that I just left sitting there? I don't think it is. I think that's an EMU. Travelling in a sleeping car or couchette, keep the door to your room locked while you're asleep. Use money belt with neck pouch. Favourite trick of pickpockets to create a crush? Yes, that was in there as well. But there's one more thing, and it's why you need to keep one arm free. Let's go look at the train that's holding us up, if we can. Just walk down the middle of the 6 foot, as you do. Sorry, this would be standard gauge, wouldn't it? The 4 foot. This doesn't look wide enough for standard gauge. Looks small. In fact, look at it in comparison to the buffers. I think their track sizing's out. Is there any way to know if a train is an actual player or an AI? I think there is. I think it actually tells you on the map. Hey, there's a signal box. Can we go into the signal box and change the signals ourselves? That'd be interesting. Let's try. But he doesn't. I don't think he's waiting for a signal. His is green. No. 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 Got ladders? No. Is that the only doors on the signal box? They're the only doors. Yeah, I think the signal is dead. Grass is a bit overgrown around his car. And does anybody else think it's a Kia? Backwards? Polish Kia. An ache. So there's Nadasan and Dunno Man. And they're both a long way from me, so that's an AI train just sitting there. What happens if we go the other way? What'll it do? And can other players see you walk around? I've never seen anybody. But that doesn't mean it, because there's not that many players on the multiplayer servers, really. Because there's not that many people in the playtest. Decked myself on a wire. You know what? We're going to go backwards. That's raising lower pantographs, main switch. Where's the reverser? There's another train. Actually, let's just jump out of here and let's go find another one. And memory's okay, so we'll stay in the game. Scenario interrupted. Yep. I'd love to play the scenario, but sitting there at a red signal is not my idea of fun. I know it's realistic. Now, I'm going to give Richard the points for that one, because he actually did find the hand free and the crush and all the other things. But the other thing that he didn't find, let's try this server. The thing that he didn't find was the reason you need to keep a hand free, which is to hit them. It was a TLE, wasn't it? I want to drive the 185. 186. That was the same one. We're probably going to get stuck again, but let's try. Let us try. For 10 points, what engine is this game built on? And it was on the screen a moment ago. And I've talked about it at least once. Ooh, this is a different service. This one's dark. Ooh, that's a bit yuck on the blinds, isn't it? And we have a different red signal. Yay! Alright, let's come off autopilot. Let's get some local brakes on. Have we got brakes on? No, we don't. And we're rolling. Alright, that'll stop us rolling. David says that sometimes the AO dispatcher does not work properly and they're constantly improving the dispatcher. Yeah, I've seen a few changes to it. Be nice if we got something other than red signals. Brad says Unity, yes. Well done, Brad. And David says Unity, and Craft says Unity, Matifus says Unity. Many Unities. Where's NJTE and his big comeback? Pretty exciting sitting here at a red signal again. A different red signal this time. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Got a dispatcher on this one, but he's at Lazy LC, which isn't where we are, I don't think. Sitting at Lazy at the moment. Let's try and talk to him again. Got a train this time? No, still just light engine. We're just outside the station. At Lazy. $10 points for each end of this, 20 points if you get both of them. Where does the playtest line run from? Run from and to, sorry. This is exciting. It's like really exciting. Maybe we'll have to drive the other one. Headcraft says Warsaw to somewhere. No, the actual limits of the line that are in the playtest. So the full line does actually go somewhere else. Let's go look at the station while we wait. to the platform. Hello, mate. How are you? Nice shoes. They're a bit red. Zombies. They're clearly zombies. They're not people at all. Places aren't too bad. What are you doing? Having a little dance. She just reached inside her own neck. Yeah, definitely having a little dance here. It's one of those people you meet walking down the street where they've on their drug weapon of choice. Rattyfuss has half the answer. Crazy Dash says, how big can servers be? In my mucking around, I've not found one with more than a couple of people on it. Which doesn't surprise me, it is only in playtest. Here's another one doing interpretive dance. First character in a train simulator with a beard. It's about time. Even if he is a crazy one. Connection to server was lost. Server reboot. No mouse. The memory going. No, it's not too bad. Refresh. Rattyfuss has got half the answer, so I'll give him half the points. We have no servers. Let's exit the game and start it again and see if we can pick up a server. It's okay. I did say to expect mayhem on this stream. We're getting mayhem. It's alright. David Parks has 11 dispatches and up to 38 drivers. I think it's only 11 dispatches at the moment because there's not that many dispatches. Not that many dispatcher positions. I think when the full game's out, there'll be more. So I'm guessing that's the this is how many drivers it can have, and this is how many dispatchers it can have. So these ones can all have 11. But there's only 11 places to do dispatch. Take this one. Even though it's a long ping. Antcraft has been accepted into the playtest. Excellent. The reason why I say there's only so many dispatcher positions... actually, no, we picked a server that doesn't do dispatches. So I won't do that. Can we have our train again? Come on, I want to drive it. What do you reckon? What's going to happen this time? The number of dispatches is limited by the number of dispatchable places. I'm on a driver-only server now. Oh, we're driving at least this time. Okay, let's disable the autopilot. And let's push the button, and let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of the lighting. So let's put the cab lights on. So that'll look better for the stream. That looks so much better than the desk light, doesn't it? And 4 kilometres to Krzobrod? Brud? Something. Alright, let's tempt fate. We're allowed to do 80. Let's take our cruise control up to 80. Oops, too much. Back a little bit. Before I put power on. There we go. Beans! Does do wheel slip, look at that. Mr. Beardy was recovering from someone smacking him in the face after his failed pickpocketing attempt by raking in a bin. That's good. Like you're thinking. It's H for horn. Slower speed limit coming up soon. Antcraft says, by the way, if you saw the other end of the route is set as well. I'm not sure if it's right or not. I think currently it's OPOCZNO. OPOCZNO. That's as far as you can go at the moment. We've got another red signal coming up. What? Epic One Montel says, is there a working marshalling yard in the game? Should have hump physics enabled. Only Americans do hump shunting. I hate to tell you that. No one else in the world does it anymore. The English did for a while, the Australians did for a while, but it's all gone. Everybody's decided it's too silly. Too dangerous. Yeah, I better start slowing this thing down. Oh no, the signal's gone green. Good. Back up there. No, not max cruise control. Don't do that to me. No, 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 no. Oh, wheel slip, wheel slip, wheel slip. I think, maybe. Oh, a bit much power. Yeah, I'll just drive then. Controls are a bit. Let's bring you up to 80. Let's just bring you up to 40 actually. That way we can drive further without getting a red signal. There's two things you have to acknowledge. It's the Polish equivalent of CIFA and the Polish equivalent of PZB. Now, did that get me extra points, or is that less points? I'm not sure. Crazy's going to do a stream. Alright, enjoy your stream, mate. Have fun. David Park says, try not to spam the horn near a human dispatcher location. They can get quite annoyed. Oh, good. Richard says, what's the red square box that keeps appearing? Those are the acknowledgements. So one of them is CIFA, the yellow one's CIFA, and the red one is the equivalent of PZB. And the train knows we're in Poland, running on 3 kV. Excellent. Cruise through this little station. At least we're getting somewhere now. And the controls are a bit clunky. Definitely agree. Now there's 11 things called stations in this game. We're going to come back into this yard and stop now, aren't we? Let's just drop our cruise control back off. And power off, because we're coming up towards red anyway. Going too fast. Increase brake force.
Trooper.
And I'm 12 minutes early, and this signal is going to let me go through, which is good. So go back on the cruise control. Sounded like someone was going to talk then. We have no talking action. We should have no brakes on now. Just let it keep rolling for the moment. David goes, wow, we're 12 minutes early. No trains could be early. And David agrees, either C4 or safety. Richard says, that horn is as wimpy as those in some of the German trains. Yes, it is. There's two, though. They sound like outside. The same. That's okay. And Antcraft says clearly a lot of German influence in the Polish railways infrastructure, probably a byproduct of World War II, but the trains, the older ones at least, look a bit Soviet. The newer ones not so much. I am early, yes. That's why I'm just crawling along really slowly. Any signalers in the signal box here?
Trooper.
Yes, there is. Annoying your signaller. He'll probably just annoy me back because I've got a red signal coming up. We'll keep crawling up to the red signal though, with our unbranded and very shiny train with its weird wheels. There's my sad face light. It's gone yellow again. Flashing yellow. Keep cruising along then. That might mean there really is someone running the signalling at the moment. Uh-oh. Lost server. Bye-bye. What are we going to do now? How's memory, actually? No, memory's okay. So that train doesn't leak memory. That's interesting. Let me jump on one so I can show you why there's only 11 dispatch locations. Let's try... no, not a Polish one. That would be a bad idea. There's no one on this server. Okay. In fact, there's the extent of the line, by the way. Katowice to Opoxno. Let's jump on this one. And if we look at Traffic Dispatcher, the reason there's 11 positions is there's 11 places that you can do it. And not all of them are stations. So this one, they call it a station with no platforms, but what they really mean is it's a little yard. And this one is a real station. It's got platforms. Small station with no platforms again. So it's just a crossover point. This one's got some sidings. More sidings. Only a crossover. Only commuter trains stop here. There are 4 tracks. And then there's Lazy, which is a big station with a depot and a lot of side tracks that serve cargo trains. I think when single player comes is when I'll do Dispatcher. But I probably won't do it with multiplayer until I know how to actually do it. Can I have a train? Is this why there's no one on this server? Because it's got no trains? Mm-hmm. I think that might be why. There are no trains. Try again. And there are still no trains. Alright then. The signals are teasing you. Red all the way and then yellow at the last minute. Yes. David asked, what are my thoughts on train life? I refunded it. What does that tell you? I was so happy I got rid of it. Alright, let's try this one. This one's got trains at least. That's that one again. Do you think I'm ever going to get to really have a full go on this? 31 minutes and 6:20. Well, hopefully it's not. Oh. Yeah, it's 10:18 though. Ah, that's probably why I'm running into red signals if thinking about it. Because I'm not due out until 18:20, but it's only 10:19. I probably have to choose a train near my departure time, don't I? Oh no, they're all 6 o'clock. Alright, let's just go with it then. Oh, maybe that's the time in Poland, and 10:18 is my 10:18 is my local time. Maybe 6:20 is the time in Poland. Well, I don't know. Cruising along, coming up to a red signal. Hey, surprise!
Tubak.
Tubak. Tubak must mean Sifa. Then there's that one, which is the safety system. We have a red. Oh, yellow. Sorry, green. Going mental. Let's just leave it rolling along for the moment. Seems happy by itself. Get a little bit of power maybe. Just to keep it cruising. Richard has given in. It's Saturday night and he's grabbed a nice strong Belgian Trappist beer from the fridge. Nice to have while watching. That sounds like a very good plan. We're yellow signals. And we're just out in the bush again, aren't we? Oh, we've got a train! I've actually got a train. That's a good thing. I've got a real train. How's the memory going? Oh, this is fairly stable, actually. Yeah, thread count's not going mental. It is going up, but not in a mental way like it was before. I have to slow down to 40. Power off. Increase. By an ancient green thing. And when that came past me, shreds went through the roof. So that train's one of the culprits. People, freight. Empty freight, but freight. stay at 40, right? So it's the same path we took before, when it all went to poo. Bridge pond. Finally sneaked one in. Where are we going? Yeah, I think well, for me the controls are more complicated because I'm using a mouse. There are keyboard controls as well, which I'm not using. I would love it if they supported Raildriver, but they don't. That would be a good opportunity for them. So, we got that question you'll probably never be able to figure out. So today, being Sunday, if today was Sunday in Poland, it's not, it's Saturday, but if it was Sunday in Poland, how many trains would be running on this route today? Between the endpoints of the line. Trains that you can book a passage on. No, not maximum. No. No, bad. Imagine being in a hurry to do this. Just going to set it to 30. Give it a little bit of power. That should be enough. Nice reflections. I'm 2 minutes early again. To drop my speed. Don't want to be early. It is Sunday in Poland, is it? Oh, yeah, very good. Oh yeah, Poland's on the other side of the date line, isn't it? It's on our side. Brad says none. Richard says quite a few. How many can you buy a ticket on? There was a drive-past camera. Or just an outside camera where you stopped. It doesn't seem to be. Just watch our train. As we pass through Les Îles. Is there any players on this server? K-Dog. Hello, K-Dog. He's a dispatcher, and he's here. Look at that. Another yellow. How do freight trains get to be early? Why is it so? The answer to that question, by the way, is 5. There are only 5 trains that you can actually travel on today. So if you were to travel by intercity service between Katowice and Opokno, how much would it cost you in euros? In real life? Slow down! Is that player here? We've got another driver now. No, he's not in this signal box. Chiklobka. I'm guessing that's a signal box up there.
Tubak.
Make sure you look on an official site, Handcraft. There's lots of sites that book Polish tickets, and like everything in Poland, they're all rip-offs. How wise to Opokno, O-P-O-C-Z-N-O. Should put it in the chat. And make sure you're looking at an official site. I've noticed for everything that you can buy in Poland for things like train fares, parking, the tax to drive on their roads, there's an official site that's usually quite cheap. And then there's all of these other sites which seem to just wrap the official site and they charge you more. All kind of interesting. Handcraft's going $19 USD, $8 to $10 for a regular train, $30 to $45 for a night train. None of those are the fare I found from the people that run this railway. That's okay. And Handcraft thinks this is the official one that he's looking at. It's a really bad website, the official one. Quite a long train, actually. Pity you can't get up the other end and have a look at it. It's only just come into the back of the yard there. It seems to be quite endemic to Poland, Handcraft. It's like it's a local sport. I think what I'll do is... No one's found the actual fare that I found, but Handcraft, I'll give you points for searching for it. How about that? Oh, and Havacry goes 75 euros. I think you're on one of the rip-off sites there, Havacry. Number I found was 17 euro. We'll give Handcraft and Havacry points just because they went looking. Quoting me. And Richard had a look as well. You found different fares to me as well. And same as the others, for looking you get points. Still 2 minutes early, despite me running at half the speed limit I'm allowed to do. We have not managed to claw back any of our 2 minutes early. But at least it's letting us drive this time. We get some entertaining curvy things to look at least, and we've actually got a train. And memory usage is not going going too badly. It's climbing very, very slowly. Lexic Dark says the search was a nightmarish experience. Welcome to Poland. Not sure if I told you the actual answer. Yeah, the Europass probably is better. Go anywhere then. Not sure if I actually told you the actual answer that I found on the PolRail site for why you should keep one arm free. It's to hit the pickpockets. Someone who is phoning my phone over and over and over again, which could only be my mother, because she's the only person who does that. She just doesn't understand that not answering means I'm not going to, not that I can't. Driving through the station without stopping. Was I supposed to stop in there? Oh, okay. So I was meant to stop in the yard. Thanks for the clear instructions, game. I'll just be punished then. That's okay. On our way to Zawari Boro Pole, wherever that is. We're due there at 1842. Now, interestingly, up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, it says to drive through. Now, I think that's what it said for the other one as well. I could be wrong. I might have to go back and have a look. Richard says, what if it's an emergency phone call? Whatever. Everything's an emergency to her. She's got an emergency, she should ring 000. Now I'm 4 minutes early, even though I'm travelling at half the speed limit. What is going on here? No chance. No chance, Brad. That's not happening. You get to meet her particular brand of mental. So how far is this place we're due at? While we're travelling really slowly through yards. Oh, it would be very entertaining, Brad. Definitely would. I know what she wants. See, no one's told her whether she's coming or not to our Christmas party. Yep. Bridge opportunity. It's only a little one. Not really even a bridge. It's more like a thing holding up stones. Hey Dog says, so we just lose the timetable. No, I still have one. Cruising along, hugely high speed. So this next question is worth 25 points. 25 points for this next one. What does Catawise have in common with streaming? And it's 25 points because it's a bit of a long reach. Well, we're going back onto the real tracks. Now I'm only 4 minutes early. I was 6 minutes early. Like another train coming up there. Memory is reasonably steady, going up very, very slowly. CPU's going up though. That must be a real driver. Because he honked at me. It was, look. 115 metres. Yes, what does this city, which was Katowice, have in common with streaming? Now I need to Google for IEM. I can get back here and press my button. Correct. I was actually looking for a more generic answer, but yes, that is correct, Richard Corpista. Correct indeed. There's a bunch of them over there. Clearly a conspiracy. Big play, create. Excellent. I do like that the points are really obviously set. You can actually tell where you're going in this game. Even the complex double slips like that one there, you can actually see what they're set for. I think we should go a bit faster. Let's dare to do 60. Aircraft says he's not into esports. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, esports, but you know, it is kind of like watching someone stream, I suppose. At least in a competition. It's awesome when some person from the signal box greets you by jumping around as you pass by. Well, there's an answer to that question. You can see people. Ah, there we go. Katowice was founded for 10 points. What country was it in? Horribly bright, isn't it? It's the same brightness issue that TSW's got. If you're in the shadow, it gets really bright. And if you're not, it's fine. Go for a cruise.
True back.
Go back to you too. The question was, when Katowice was founded, what country was it in?
Memory usage is going up again.
Lexic Dark says Bohemia. Oh, look, they're all standing behind the yellow line. Aren't they well behaved? Belize says Brad MacArthur. Heading to Muziglod. The answer I was actually looking for is Prussia. Now I'm 4 minutes behind. And I've been driving at the speed limit. How weird. Our lines don't draw very far. resetting the safety systems is spacebar. Got to be a little bit careful about spamming it or it punishes you. We actually get there. This is can we open the windows? Oh, look! Doesn't have a sound occlusion, but you can open them. Doors, can't be doors. They be. I don't see any LZB wires though. Silesia was a region, not a country. It says Richard. Get behind the yellow line, you. Mr. Interpretive Dance Man. They're very funny when they get next to each other. They sort of do this when they're facing each other. It's like they get confused. Got 3 stations to go. As we cruise along through the forest. Is this the forest we were in before? I guess it is. Looks similar. Is it a train bridge? Or a road bridge? On our way to Mystic Cow. Always good to have a Mystic Cow. What's the pantograph on this one? It's falling through the wires. Scenario completed. I don't think I actually got there, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, I don't think I'll start another one. So, one last question for this stream. Why is the train really popular transport in Opokno? No, it is a train bridge. We went over it before. Excellent. Playtest survey. Let's do the playtest survey, shall we? Oh, that had a poll. That's right. I think SimRail playtests. Bug reporting. Is there anybody reporting? Anyone reporting memory leaks? Doesn't look like it, weirdly. Start a new topic. While streaming. Now I should just share my stream link, shouldn't I? Copy. This is a good thing for you to watch, isn't it? Submit topic. There we go. Ancraft says the roads are really bad. They might be, but that's not why. But anyway, next week will be a premiere because it's Christmas Day for me and we will have lots of family over and I'll have a million things to do because we're having lunch. So I won't be streaming in the morning, so it'll be a premiere going. During that premiere in the chat, so I will watch the chat, I will give away a copy of the Train Sim World 3 DLC Holiday Express, thanks to DTG for the key, and I will give that away in the chat. I probably won't put the key in the chat. I will invite the winner to my Discord and get them in there. Wow, the frame rate's gone bonko in the menu. Let's just jump out of the game. Anyway, it's all good. The answer is there's no airport. So I will pop up the leaderboard, but I'm tipping David Park. You weren't that far down, so you probably had a bit of a climb there. Bernard, you've got some good points. Richard Lawbooster, you've got some good points, and so do you, Antcraft. So it'll be an interesting end to the year because it's going to be the last quiz day for this year. Or is it? Is it? Oh, is it? I think it is. It is, yes. So I won't be streaming next week, 25th December, but will I stream on New Year's Day? Yeah, probably. Why not? I might have a headache, but I will. Yeah, the reason is there's no airport within quite a distance of that town. So they all use trains to get around. But anyway, all good. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you on the premiere next week. So have fun, folks. I will figure out what I'm going to stream on New Year's Day. I have no idea at this point in time because there's nothing really new coming out. So it'll be something old and something fun. Alrighty, have fun, folks. Thanks very much for watching and joining in. It's been great to have a lovely interactive chat today. So have a great, for those of you who celebrate, have a great Christmas next week. For those of you who don't celebrate, have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Do whatever it is you do. And I'll be streaming on New Year's Day, so I'll wish you a Happy New Year then. So I guess I've waited a year to say this. See you next year. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I always like to get your feedback in the form of likes and comments because they help me understand what you want. Give the channel a subscribe and click on the tinkly things so you don't miss out on any new stuff. And thanks for your ongoing support. And please, be safe out there.